beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, and always will be, proud to be the Patriot. Good Friday morning. You know, when are some of the people out there, you hear my disclaimer. It's going to get nasty. It's going to get ugly. But see, we can do that in America. I don't even have to say that. But I say it because some people might get offended. But don't get offended once or twice. So one guy said, "Hey, Romanik, I don't like what you say." I said, "Well, quit listening." A week later, he calls me. "You know, you said something else I didn't like." Well, then just don't listen. I don't tie anybody up to a chair. I don't super glue their knobs to 1190 or 1430 AM. So please, if you can disagree with what I say, but don't disagree with how I say it, because that's who I am. I disagree with the way the gal had her lipstick on crooked yesterday, but that's okay. That's the way she wanted to wear it. You ever see, especially elderly women, they wear lipstick and they paint their lips on a little bit up high, and that's okay. But if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. And I'm going to do what I want to do. I was going to go to our civic bulletin board and get rid of that. But first, somebody sent me this rag, and I thought the News Democrat was the only rag. This is the, hold on a minute, Randolph County Journal, serving the area with local news since 1980. And they tell me these Willis brothers that are editors, owners, are bigger idiots, are just as big as idiots as the people at the News Democrat. But here's the article. The Grim Reaper of Radio, editorial space by Jerry Willis. A couple of weeks ago, I was driving back to St. Louis, and I began playing with the car radio. Well, that's better than what you've been playing with in your pants, you idiot, Jerry Willis. I guess from, it says Percy. They're out of Percy, Illinois. I stumbled onto AM 1190. Well, see, if you were playing with that little thing in your pants, you would have stumbled onto something sticky, you stupid son of a bitch. But anyway, later, and I could not believe what I was hearing. Well, if you couldn't believe it, you idiot Jerry Willis, you should have shut it off. See, but down at the Willis household, you know, men are men and sheep are girlfriends. You know, that's what's going on in down in Perryville, Percy, Illinois, with the Willis family. Hey, and unlike you, ignorant son of a bitches, I'm talking about you. You can call me. I won't edit what you say. You'll be able to say whatever the hell you want to say on the air, as long as you don't use the seven deadly sin words. Unlike these newspapers, and all you people have been through it, they write a nasty article, and that's okay. And you can respond. But when you respond with 4 columns, they'll knock out 1 column because their excuse is always, don't have enough space, don't have enough printing space. And you know what they knock out? They knock out the part that you're defending yourself. But that's the way these slimy newspapers are. But anyway, so Jerry Willis goes on to say, The license is issued to Insane Broadcasting. The station is in the Belleville area. I thought people couldn't use the language. And this guy doesn't write very well. Of course, I don't read very well either. So between the two of us, maybe we'll try to fight through this. He calls people SOBs, although he doesn't use, I can't even read this. I mean, this paper is worse than I am. He especially dislikes politicians in St. Clair County and at the courthouse and people at the Belleville News-Democrat. He says the newspaper has printed lies about him. And I say that about you guys too, you idiots. And everybody that's had a problem with the News-Democrat or with this piece of crap down in Randolph County in Percy, Illinois. I think it's a town of about 20 people. Maybe they're all related. Well, I won't go into that because there probably are some nice people in Percy. But he goes on to say, after a little research, found out that he was associated with Aim Quito, found out that he ended up spending time in federal prison. I mean, you know, people, how many times do I have to tell you? I've never hid from that from day one. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not going to rat on my friends. And they, you know, the federal government squeezes you. But after 20 years, I mean, I wish they'd give not just me, everybody a little break. If that's the only thing they've got to print that's newsworthy, that I was in federal prison 20 years ago. Now he's a Republican and has filed to run in the March primary for state representative. And listen to this. I understand. Now, how do you understand, you idiot? Why don't you research it, you stupid son of a bitch? I understand that Romanik lives very well in the Metro East. Now, what the hell is that any of his business? I'm sure you live well down there with them sheeps in your backyard, you idiot. What do you mean, understand that Romanik? See, that's the problem, people. They want to pick apart somebody else's lives, and when I do, and I do occasionally, I let them come back on. Let me put something in the paper about working 18 hours a day, driving to school 175 miles 3 days a week for 2 years to get my bachelor's degree. Let me tell you about working and getting one job and then going to another full-time. See, I don't want to get into that crap. But for a son of a bitch, and this is what doesn't piss me off. I've been in prison. Doesn't piss me off that he says I use bad language. What pisses me off is he understands that I live very well in the Metro East. You're damn straight I do, you ignorant, stupid son of a bitch, Jerry Willis, and I make no apologies. Bust your ass for 35, 40 years, 16, 18 hours a day. You no-good piece of crap down there in Percy, Illinois. Hey, and give me a call, you idiot, at 394-1190. Are you cheap son of a bitch? Call me toll-free, 1-888-394-1430. And it just gets steps in my, and I don't give a damn. Talks about me running. People, understand me loud and clear. If I don't win for state representative, my life is not going to change. But if I do win a state representative in the 114th district, your lives will change in the 114th district because I'll fight for you people. I'm not kissing nobody's ass. Not going to Springfield and kissing Rauner's ass. Not going to Springfield and kissing Madigan's ass. I ain't going to Springfield and kissing nobody's ass. I'm going to Springfield to fight. I'm going to Springfield without taking a salary, without taking benefits, without taking $130 per diem, without taking a pension. And if the people in the 114th district don't want me, just don't vote for me. These politicians, that's their life. You've heard me say before. Rick Stone. He'll be devastated because he'll no longer be Coroner Rick Stone. John Barasivic, that greasy, stupid son of a bitch, red on the noodle like a pecker on the poodle, Barasivic. He won't have a life. He won't have an identity because he can't be just John Barasivic. He's got to be Chief Judge John Barasivic. He's got enough time to read. I shouldn't have said that. That's the first time I've been bleeped in I don't know how long. I don't want to be an ass wipe to you people, but I got to tell you, I'm going there to fight for you. I'm going there to make a difference, not make a friend. But people keep putting this crap out. He's a felon. He's running for office. Well, I am a felon, and I am running for office, and if you don't want me, just don't vote for me. I'm tired of hearing this news from 20 years ago. But if that's what it's going to take to either make me or break me, then that's what it's going to take. There ain't one son of a bitch ever write that Bob Romanik won't fight for a cause. Fight till the end. Nobody will say, Bob Romanik won't say when he gives you his word, good or bad, you better take it to the bank. But then that's okay. But I just want to let everybody know I am running for state representative, and this newspaper down here, they're not my constituents. But even if they were, I tell them, you don't like me, don't vote for me. And there'll be people that won't vote for me because they don't like me. But let me tell you, at the end of the day, you guys lose. I don't lose because you'll never get anyone that'll stand up, not just to the Democrats, but to the Republicans. I won't answer to anybody but my bosses in the 114th district. You've never had that. Eddie Jackson's never done that. The people before never done that. If you want another shill, if you want a stupid, ignorant son of a bitch that won't fight, then vote for my opposition. Now, if you want a stupid son of a bitch that will fight, vote for me. Because I am a crazy bastard. I'll be the first to admit. I didn't start out this way. I didn't start out being crazy. Are you nuts? I started out with a little insanity. But I've been kicked around like you good people. I've been knocked down. Hell, I'm like a punching bag. I get knocked down, I pop myself back up. You'll never hear me say that I've never lost. Hell, I've lost a zillion times. And I've won some. It's like the Fuller brush man or the vacuum cleaner salesman. You go to 10 houses and you get 8 rejections, but you sell 2 of those $5,000 vacuum cleaners. Hell, you're a success. If you're a ball player and you strike out 7 times and the other 3 times you get a hit, you're a 300 hitter. Hell, you're a $5 million a year ball player. The only son of a bitches that have never had a failure are the bastards that lose something and then quit. You can never be a failure if you don't quit. But anyway, hey, you ignorant, stupid, inbred Willises from Percy, Illinois, give me a call. 394-1190. I'd write a rebuttal, but you guys wouldn't print it. News Democrat doesn't print it. Nobody prints that crap. But going to tell me he calls people SOBs, and he doesn't miss a note or something here. I can't read it. These small town newspapers, some of them just they're not printed very well. But hey, Jerry Willis, the editor space. You and your are you guys? You Jerry and Larry, are you guys brothers, sisters? Probably sisters. Are in Illinois, I know they're same-sex marriages. Are you husband and husband? Or you guys would be more like wife and wife. Hey, but you ignorant bastards, give me a call. Once again, people, and I'm going to get off of this. If you don't like what I say, if you don't want to hear what I say, don't bitch. Just don't listen. I mean, how many times do you have to tell people that? Damn. Collinsville Shrine Club, their Crazy Bowl coming up Friday, January the 15th. Registration starts at 6:15 at St. Clair Bowl in Fairview Heights. Come join us for bowling 2 games, $15. All the benefits will benefit the Children's Dyslexia, and if I could talk, Children's Dyslexia Center of Southern Illinois, and Steve Eimel. Thank you very much, sir, for the gifts, for the Christmas greetings, and all the people that have sent cards and greetings and gifts. Hey, we appreciate it very much. Steve Eimel, thank you very much, buddy. 3rd Annual Veterans Tribute New Year's Day Poker Run, Friday, January the 1st. American Legions of Albers, Beckemeyer, Breeze, Germantown, New Baden present their 3rd Annual New Year's Day Poker Run. All the proceeds go to the Veterans Tribute at Kaskaskia College. It's open to all vehicles. The radio station with our clown, the clown, me, is going to be driving the clown car. We're probably going to participate unless something else, emergency comes up in here lately. Always the holidays, emergencies come up. Anyway, shotgun start will be at 11 a.m. from any of the sponsoring legions. That's Albers, Beckemeyer, Breeze, Germantown, and New Baden. And all the information, all the proceeds go to a great cause, the Veterans Tribute at Kaskaskia College. Any questions or concerns, you can contact Bob Nettemeyer. It's 618-248-5602 or Terry Becker. It's 618-526-7302. And I want to salute again all the vets. You guys never get enough accolades for all you do. And I'll tell you, we remember you guys every day. We have the moment of silence. We'll never forget our vets and what they've done. I know a lot of people will, because it's the old saying is, hey, what have you done for me today? They've done enough for us in the past, some giving up their lives, most of them and all of them giving up time from their families, going through all the hardships of fighting in a war to protect us and our families. So they've done something for us that they can do and do and do in our thoughts and in our minds and in our hearts, because these guys are our true unsung heroes. And again, thank you guys. I can't thank you enough. I could sit here all hour and thank our brave military heroes. December the 19th, Kaskaskia River House presents Gypsy Jones in concert. That's at the new and improved Kaskaskia River House in New Athens on the marina on the Mississippi. I guess that's the Mississippi. It's Kaskaskia River, but hell, it goes into the Mississippi, so why is it the Kaskaskia River? Don't know, don't care. The American Legion Post, 1937, having their paddle wheel meat raffle this Sunday at TR's place, 4901 Concordia Church Road in Belleville. Any questions or concerns, you can contact Commander Jim Farbus, 618-409-1212. You can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and the Grim Reaper of Radio. Go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com, one word, common spelling. You can like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or our sister station, KZQZ 1430 AM. You can hear my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. and now broadcasting at the stroke of midnight from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night, Monday through Friday. But that's only on KQQZ 1190 AM. And again, we appreciate all the callers. The problem with our 1430 situation, they're still working on it to improve it, which will make it better listening for everybody. People keep calling us and saying they don't hear it at night. But these are the same people that when I say it during the day, apparently they're sleeping, so they don't hear it at night. So if somebody would tell somebody that listens to 1430 that we're finishing up doing all the improvements, and hopefully it'll be on the day. If not, it'll be Monday. But again, you know how workers are. They tell you it's going to be done one day, and you can always add 5, 6, 7 days to it. On this date, December the 18th, 1865, the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution abolishing slavery was declared in effect. Now, that's back in 1865. Apparently, the boys in Belleville didn't get the memo because there's slavery down in East St. Louis. I talked with some proud black political leaders last night in East St. Louis, and we discussed this. These boys in Belleville who wouldn't get elected without the support of the proud black community in East St. Louis, Washington Park, Centerville, Allerton, Cahokia, Brooklyn, they'd never get elected without the support below the hill. And after the people below the hill, the proud black community supports them, these bastards in Belleville take all that power that was given to them by the people below the hill, and they use it to keep the people below the hill on the plantation. Because they don't want you off the plantation, because then they can't control your votes. I've said it a million times. Look at that riverfront. Beautiful riverfront. Every time you see Channel 4, 5, or 2, when they do a piece, they don't shoot from Missouri to Illinois. They shoot from Illinois over to the Arch in Missouri. What a great view. What great property. A half a mile from downtown St. Louis. You couldn't buy a piece of property west a half a mile from downtown St. Louis for less than $250,000 an acre, if not more. We've got all this property on the Illinois side. And once again, self-serving. If I'm elected state representative, East St. Louis is my district, I'm going to fight for the proud black. We're going to get some development down there, because I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. How East St. Louis goes is how this whole county of St. Clair goes. I don't want to control the votes of the proud blacks in East St. Louis. I want them to control their own destiny. I want them to have jobs, just like I want everyone to have jobs. I want them to have the opportunity to live a good life because they've got families. Now, if they don't take that opportunity, black or white, then the hell with them. But I think everybody should have the opportunity. But in St. Clair County, it's counterproductive for the proud black community. You get these boys in Belleville elected, and then they keep you down on the plantation. And don't say they don't, because they do. And don't say it's going to get better. It hasn't got better in 40 years. And if it's not going to get better in 40 years, it's not going to ever get better. December the 18th, 1908, on this date, the first Red Cross Christmas seal was sold. On this date, December the 18th, 1971, the Reverend Jesse Jackson announced in Chicago the founding of Operation Push, People United to Save Humanity. Now, I'll piss some people off here. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, they're just charlatans. They don't give a damn about the black community. They'd like to see the black community in an uproar. That's how they make their money. If there's not controversy, if there's not racial controversy, these guys don't make a penny. And this ignorant bastard down in wherever the hell it's at, Larry Willis, Jerry Willis, whatever those boy bitches are, tell me that I'm living well. But I'm not living well off the backs of people's misfortunes. Now, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, there's white guys that do the same thing. They don't make money unless there's turmoil. So you don't think they like turmoil? Hell yes, they do. That's what happened on this date, December the 18th, throughout all these years in our world's history. Here's a letter, and again, I can only take so many a day, from Chase Alexander Silverstein. Says, I live in Nauget, N-A-N-U-E-T, Nognet, New York. While I work overnight, I always listen to your show at midnight on my smartphone. I hear you mention that Herb Simmons is in the wrestling crap. Well, how about Jeremy Simmons? Wrestling name should be the Fire Starter. Oh, and his theme song should be Burning Down the House. Keep up the great work. You have fans all over the country. Says, not bad for poor white trash from the Roosevelt homes, right? You're right, I am poor white trash. See, I'm not ashamed to admit that I've been in prison. I made a mistake. But even more than that, I'm not ashamed to say, most people change their life history when they get a little successful. They don't want to talk about it, especially I've had some girls that parents haven't done well, but when they get a little older, they reinvent history. Oh, my dad was a doctor or a lawyer. No, it didn't happen in my house. I was lucky to eat one meal a day, and just like going to prison. I ain't proud of it, but I ain't ashamed of it, because it is what it is, and you got to move on. But anyway, Chase Alexander Silverstein, he said, I'd vote for you, but I'm in Nauget, New York. Maybe you can send me an absentee ballot. What are you talking about? Chase, I'll send you 4. This is around East St. Louis. Hell, we vote 4 and 5 times. You know the slogan for the St. Clair County people, the Democrats, the culture of corruption? Vote early and vote often. These ignorant, no good son of a bitch. Thank you very much, Chase. We're going to take a break here momentarily. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about my buddy, Barry Civic. I filed some complaints with the Judicial Inquiry Board on him, Haida, and Shecky. They call him Shecky Lachine. I don't know why they call him Shecky. He hardly ever comes. Well, maybe he's out on the comedic circle because he's never in his office. But we'll talk about these rotten bastard judges who think that we're stupid right after this break. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I was going to get on an important subject, Barra Civic, what an idiot he is, him and his son both, and I've got something for his son, but I've got something more important. There's a $200 reward. There's a beautiful little black dog who was lost at the county line area on 157. I guess that's around Cahokia, Centerville area. Beautiful black dog named Violet. The number to call is 618-337-5495. There's a $200 reward. So any of you people around the county line area on 157, why don't you look? It's a little small dog with big ears. $200, and hey, I'll put another $400 out in the Cahokia area. It's a little black dog. And if you find it, you can call 618-337-5495. And they must love their animal, and I'm sure they do. $200, and I'll match that $200. So $400 for Christmas, because I don't know the gentleman or the dog, but I'd like to see the dog get home for Christmas. Violet's the name of the dog. And so anybody wants $400, and, you know, it's like when you lose an animal, it is a family member. And I may even drive around that way. So good luck to the people that dropped that off. Barra Civic, what a piece of total crap. Dallas Cook, I want to salute him. He filed complaints, objections with the election board. I just filed complaints with the Judicial Inquiry Board in Chicago on Barra Civic, on Haida, and on Shecky Lachine. They perpetuated a fraud, and I'm not going to take it. Now there's going to be a lawsuit right after the first of the year. So Barra Civic, Haida, Lachine, just know you son of a bitches are going to be in a fight like you've never been in before. We the people, we're not going to tolerate this crap. You should have, and the state constitution says you will, run for retention. See, after 6 years, people, after these judges get elected, they should be held to a higher standard. Not Barra Civic, not Haida, not Lachine. And I've charged them with violating the integrity of the judiciary. I've charged them with that. And I've charged them with fraud on public. Fraud on the public, the fraud on us. And it impacts the entire community of the 20th Judicial Circuit. It impacts all of us. He announced that he was retiring from his position as circuit judge, him and Haida and Lachine, effective December 2016. Now, if his position of retiring December 2016, why the hell is he still sitting on the bench? On November the 23rd, he filed his nominating petitions for the position of circuit judge for the vacancy of Robert Haida. And see, that pisses me off more than anything, people. If they thought they were right, why wouldn't they retire? Which it's not right, but if they thought it was right, why wouldn't they retire and then come back and apply for their same position, for their own vacancy? They know they're wrong. So they're going to do the old okey-fadoke and think we the people of this great 20th Judicial Circuit are stupid. So he announced that he's running for Haida's spot. Haida's running for his spot. And I don't know, I guess Shecky's running to take a crap. I don't know. But Barra Civic, if Judge Barra Civic is allowed to violate the Constitution of this great state of Illinois, you hear me, if he's allowed to violate the Constitution of this great state of Illinois, the Constitution that our leaders, our elected leaders, put into place. You heard me yesterday. It's the Illinois state constitution. It's not the Illinois buffet. It's not the Illinois state constitution smorgasbord. You can't pick what laws you want to obey and the ones you don't, and then take the ones you don't want to obey and twist them. The same judges that put their hand on a Bible, put the other hand in the air and said that they would pledge and swore to uphold the Constitution. If these guys get away with this crap, we might as well burn the Illinois state constitution. It's unbelievable that Barra Civic, and a judge should uphold the integrity and independence of the judiciary. He's not doing that. You know, Judge Barra Civic, he totally threatens the integrity of the entire judiciary when he lies, in my opinion, to the state Supreme Court, and in my opinion, lies to the public about his retirement, which is not a retirement, but merely a ruse, because he admitted in the newspaper that he would not get 60% of the vote of the electors voting in the election. He's done such a bad job. And don't forget, people, he's been around 35 years eating at the trough. We have to put a stop to it. He was an assistant state's attorney, the state's attorney, county board chairman, a judge, now the chief judge. Apparently this no-good son of a bitch not smart enough to work in the private sector. He's been sucking off our tax dollars for 35 years. When Barra Civic, in my opinion, blatantly lies to the public, then the public has good reason to view the circuit courts in a negative manner, as we all do. And this is how the integrity of the judiciary is negatively impacted by Judge Barra Civic's alleged, and I'll say alleged, lies to the Supreme Court and to all of us good people of the 20th Judicial Circuit and St. Clair County. And one of the rules, Rule 62, Canon 2, in a Code of Ethics for the judges, a judge should avoid impropriety and the appearance of impropriety in all of the judge's activities. Well, apparently he hasn't done that. Judge Barra Civic is violating Rule 62, that a judge should respect and comply with the law and should conduct himself or herself at all times in a manner that promotes confidence in the integrity of the judiciary. Do you think that no-good son of a bitch has done that? Hell no, he hasn't, and he's not going to, because he's Chief Judge John Red on the Noodle like a pecker on the poodle, Barra Civic. He don't have to follow the law. This no-good son of a bitch, he's been in power all these years. He's no better than us people. Actually, he's worse. He's perpetuated this alleged fraud on all of us. And we sit there and take it? Well, I'm not going to take it anymore. Dallas Cook's not going to take it. There's going to be a lawsuit. It ain't going to be pretty, but let me tell you what, St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, Godspread, Mark Sweet Cakes, Kern, it ain't going to be pretty. You guys haven't been in a fight like this in 50 years. And you're going to have to take me out. You ain't going to be able to take me down, because when you knock me down, and I'll be knocked down 1,000 times before I die. Well, maybe. But don't give a damn. I'm going to fight for what I believe in. I'm not a quitter. I'm not a loser. I'm a fighter. And that's what we all need to be, not just in St. Clair County, not just in this once great state of Illinois, but in this great country of ours. We can't sit there and take this crap, people. I hope I motivate you a little bit. You hear me? I don't want to make a friend. If I do along the way, great. I want to make a difference. That should be what you want to do. Make a positive difference in your life, in everybody's life. We can't sit back next year in all these elections and let them run over us. See, they're on their way out. Barra Civic's been around forever. Kern's been around. Sprague's been around since the Lincoln days, I guess, that old fart son of a bitch. But if these guys win in 2016, they'll transition out before the next election, and it won't be pretty. They'll leave us with nothing, and we have next to nothing now. Speaking of the Barra Civic, and it pisses me off when people send emails because it's cheap for them, but if you had a printer, it cost you print ink, it cost you paper. A BJ, Blue Job Barra Civic, Democrat for Congress. Now, this idiot wants to be a congressman. He's sending out emails. Your donation of $20, $35, $50, or $100 will make us reach voters in the district and show we have what it takes to make it to Congress. Hey, if you can't pay your own way, you ignorant bastard, why should we pay your airfare to Congress? You got to throw your money. You're in your daddy. Your daddy's got more money than the law allows. Young blowjob Barra Civic, he knows, he said in the paper, he knows what it's like not to eat. He knows what it's like to struggle. Are you nuts? The only struggle you ever made was your old man taking the money that he sucked off the taxpayers, and sucked is what I said, sucked off the taxpayers, and you didn't know if you wanted a Cadillac, for him to buy you a Cadillac with our hard-working taxpayers' dollar. That was your worst decision. Daddy, do I want you to buy me a Cadillac or a Mercedes? Don't sit there and talk that crap, blowjob Barra Civic or your daddy. You guys have never missed a meal. Are you nuts? But he's sending this crap out. Here's what he says. And this is a guy running for Congress. Friends, if you're like me, and this is from the email, BJ Barra Civic, and everybody knows what, everybody in Congress wants a blowjob. That should be his motto. Everybody in Congress wants a blowjob. That's blowjob Barra Civic in Congress. But it says, friends, if you're like me, everyone you know is talking about Star Wars this weekend. They're excited to see the forces of good battle the dark side of the future of the galaxy. The stakes are high, and they're just as high here in Illinois. We're at a critical juncture in our campaign. We're the Democrats nominee for the 12th district. We want to put a strong message out. Do you see this? This is the analogy. This is like a mobster's son saying, oh, we got to get rid of the mobsters. And he's one of them. He's talking about the dark side in the future of the galaxy, and he makes a comparison to the state of Illinois and the St. Clair County. Hey, blowjob. Look over in the corner at your next family reunion. There's the son of a bitch that's on the dark side. There's the son of a bitch that's helped screw this county up for all these years. And you want to preach like you're going to do something? Well, divorce your father. Change your name. That will be a start. Your family, political family and otherwise, blowjob Barra Civic, you're the ones that created this problem. And now you're going to say you're going to stop this problem? You're not going to stop the problem, blowjob Barra Civic. You're part of the problem. You're a major part. Apple don't fall far from the tree, and then neither does a piece of crap that fell out of the toilet. And that's more appropriate for you and Daddy. Hey, and John, red on the noodle, Chief Judge, you know where I'm at, the clown driving the clown car. That pisses me off, people. See, they can't threaten me. I'm too big an idiot to be threatened anymore. I got nothing to live for. The only thing I got to live for at this point in my life is to expose these rotten bastards. And they don't think for a minute that I'm going to stop. And I say that sincerely. They're going to have to put a bullet in my head. Well, they better put it in, well, I ain't got much of a heart. Put it in my head, it'll probably bounce off because my head's that hard. But I'm not stopping, people. This is my last run. And I don't mean for state rep, I mean for living. We all have a short life. 100 years in the scheme of things is a short life. These bastards can kiss my white, hairy, stinky ass, and you'll never hear that from another person running for state representative, running for Congress. But this blowjob Barra Civic talking about Star Wars and then begging for money around the holidays. You're the only hope to turn this critical district blue. What the hell do we care if it's blue? We give a damn. We want it to be green. We want everybody to prosper. Your daddy, if you're a piece of crap falling not far from the toilet, And if you're like your daddy and you get elected to Congress, it's going to be worse than it's ever been. You'll make it as bad in the 12th Congressional District as your dad has in St. Clair County in the 20th Judicial Circuit. But for a gentleman running for Congress to invoke Star Wars and talk about Star Wars and the galaxy, is this the kind of idiot? Is this the kind of idiot that we want in Congress? It's not the kind of idiot I want in Congress. It may be the kind you want, but blowjob bearer civic. I'll tell you what, I'm glad you're running because you're the only one that'll take light off me because you are, and we're all idiots at some point, but you are the consummate idiot. Why don't you go and ask the Star Wars people to elect you? Because they're going to take over the galaxy, aren't they? Or aren't they, Bear Civic? What an idiot. And this bastard wants to run and represent us in Washington, D.C. We've got enough embarrassment throughout St. Clair County, the 20th Judicial Circuit, and the 12th Congressional District. We've got enough embarrassment that we don't need another one. Before we take a break, I hear that our situation in Washington Park, the Honorable Mayor Ann Rogers, that she's currently addressing that big mess, that big debacle at the Washington Park Fire Department created by Fire Chief Charlie Shriver, when apparently, I think they're going to put an ad in the paper because they need firemen. I personally think they've ran the black firemen off in the black community. I think they should say in the paper, I'll hire you as a firefighter if you either have experience putting out fires or you have experience starting fires. Apparently, the fire chief in Washington Park, Charlie Schreiber, either way, he believes that you would be qualified to be a Washington Park firefighter. You know, you could not write this and write a book and say that it was real. It'd have to be fiction because nobody would believe the crap that goes on in St. Clair County. I mean, nobody. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio. And we are always proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. We've got a few minutes left. We talked about this Murray Center employee. He's been charged, so I want to salute Clinton County State's Attorney John Hudspeth because he's indicted this idiot, this no-count, good-for-nothing Christopher M. Dugney, criminal neglect of a resident of a long care facility. They waterboarded this guy. They give him another shower and shot, I guess, sprayed water all in his face. Lips turned blue and he died. That's somebody's family member. Now, he may have been at the Murray Center, but he's just as good, just as loved as me, you, and everybody else by our family. But I'm glad they charged this guy. I hope the bastard gets 30 years in jail. Also, this no count, good for nothing, rotten little Elisa Jackson of Belleville told everybody she had cancer. They donated money, donated cars, donated over $35,000. And now it was fake. She didn't have cancer. And think about all the poor people that are fighting for their lives who actually have cancer and fighting every day. And for her to disrespect everybody, for that money to be taken away from somebody that people may have pledged it to for somebody that actually had cancer. You know, there's some real, I'm a no good son of a bitch, but boy, I ain't quite that no good. This is somebody that just didn't hurt themselves. She hurt everybody. So, Elisa Jackson of Belleville, I hope you die in rotten hell. And I mean that seriously. I don't mean politically, of course. Well, I got to say politically, of course. So I will. In passing, and I just had some callers, and I want to thank them. I've had guys come out, got my bumper stickers on their cars, say, Bob, keep it up. You know, I'm running for office, and it's a statement to see if the people, the good people of the 114th State Legislative District, if they want the same old political corruption and ineffectiveness in government as they've had in the last 40 years. Because I will upset the apple cart in Washington, yes. And I'll tell you, I'm tired of saying it. I'll say it again. Yes, I'm far from perfect. But so are these idiots that have been elected for these offices year after year after year. I'm not going to take a salary. I'm not taking anything from you good people. Because like the bastard Mr. Larry Willis said in the Percy newspaper in Randolph County, I'm living pretty well. I'm not greedy. I don't need your money. I need your support so you can help me go to Springfield to help you. And I've told everybody from day one, I'm far from perfect. And listen, I'll be the only politician that will tell you, I don't want anyone who is perfect to vote for me. You'll never hear that from another I don't want anybody who's perfect to vote for me because I certainly don't deserve any perfect person's vote. I certainly don't, and I'm not going to ask for it. I won't accept a perfect person's vote because I don't deserve their vote. I'm asking for the people who aren't perfect, the people who have made a mistake or two, the people who's one of their family members or friends have made a mistake or two, those regular normal people who have fought long and hard to work and support their families and survive in this crazy world. That's the people that I would ask for their support. These are the people who I will ask to help me go to Springfield so I can help them get the representation that they've deserved and haven't gotten for the last 30 or 40 years. I will not be a perfect state representative. I will not tell you that I'm perfect or will be perfect. But I tell you, and I'll commit to this, I'll be totally committed as your state representative to do what you tell me to do. And I'll actually be totally committed, and I am in more ways than one. But people, I'm running to help the cause. I'm running to make a difference, not a friend. Not perfect. But I'm running, and if you guys don't want to vote for me, fine, but I'm tired of saying I'm not perfect. I'm not. So let's put that up on the wall. Everybody that's for me or against me. I'm not perfect. But if you think that's going to keep me from trying to make a difference, you're nuts. My supporters, if you think that's going to keep me from trying to make a difference, to make this world a little bit better before I leave it, you're nuts too. Because I'm going to fight for what the people that send me to Springfield want me to fight for. Not going to worry about the past. Hell, that's gone. And I wouldn't change it if I could. I'd do the same thing again. So that doesn't make any difference. But let's give these firemen out in Washington Park the opportunity, but not to be firemen. Go work at a factory. You deserve to have the opportunity to feed you and your family and live a productive life. But don't go and become a fireman again. And I say everybody deserves a second chance. No, I take that back. Everybody deserves a third and fourth and fifth and sixth chance, because if everybody just deserved one chance, one mistake, none of us would be around. And just remember, they say convicted felons, that separates them from the unconvicted felons, the people who have done things that if they'd have got caught, they'd have been in jail. And I guarantee you there's a zillion of them out there saying, man, I'm glad I didn't get caught. I'll never do that again because it was a mistake. Hey, people, have a good weekend, friends and foes. And I mean that. I don't wish my enemies anything bad, health-wise, family-wise. I just want to destroy them politically, of course. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, and we're proud of that. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are proud to be the Patriot. I'll see you on Monday, same time, same place. Everybody, again, be safe. I hope the holiday season is good for you. Just remember, be thankful for what you have, because tomorrow you may not have it. Everybody have a good weekend, but let's continue along the way, because politics are part of our lives in this great United States of America. So let's continue to think. Let's continue to unite to expose these rotten bastard political parasitical punks. As you know, we call them politicians. I'd call them pieces of crap. I'd have to apologize to the pieces of crap. And when it's all said and done, we have to do what we have to do. And that is destroy these bastards, these greedy scumbag, good-for-nothing, no-count, rotten son of a bitches. Destroy them before they destroy us and our families. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
The Patriot.
Your First Amendment and All-American Station. A division of Insane Broadcasting. Renegade Radio.
KQQZ, St. Louis.